crazy from the push-button fun. Jimmy Osmond at #1. Space Dust made your tongue come alive. It was really cocaine for the under fives. Nothing doggies, gollywoggies, Jason King Rick, Thingamajig, Old Spice, Bruce and High Karate, the smell of a 70s teenage party. Ape and Nickus, shoes called Nickus, Slim Wheel, Hot Pants, Twinkle Pickers, Cindy Dolls and X-ray specs, the nearest you could get to sex. Chopper Liz and nylon bedding, the rotten white suit you bought for a wedding. And there's the evidence.
They're great!
Well, they're not, Tony. They're crap.
Ads and
Not another TV program about ads!
Good evening. My name is Victor. I'm a TV critic. I live in your television set. Tonight we look at public information films. These frightening films were all commissioned by Her Majesty's government and made by the Central Office of Information, a bunch of civil servants who were apparently trained in atrocity and mayhem at the Hammer Horror School. And I mean horror school. These films were transmitted during the day when even young children could see them. Heads going through windscreens, children being approached by sex perverts.
Would you like a sweet?
No, thank you, Mummy doesn't let me. Say no.
Chip pans that could leave children looking horribly scarred for life. Grannies falling downstairs and landing on top of you. And Grandad setting the whole house alight with cigarettes. All in all, they produced a generation of children who were frightened to leave the house but equally terrified to stay in it. But it wasn't just your hometown that public information films turned into a place of terror.
Petrol on a boat is dangerous. Check for leaks carefully.
No problem, mate.
Read your Seaway code.
The COI could find pure evil in a loose-fitting biro cap. They even made us frightened of innocent-looking glue. For example,
would your child misuse solvents?
Thanks to this COI film about the dangers of solvent abuse, Mummy and Daddy put a stop to my hobby. Just as well, really, because thanks to accidentally breathing the intoxicating fumes, my Harrier jump jets always looked as though they'd been assembled by Picasso or flown by Oliver Reed. Talking of aeroplanes, why spells yo, sorry, but why, if aeroplanes are so destructible and black boxes are so indestructible, then why isn't the entire plane made out of the same material they make the black box out of? And why, do flammable and inflammable mean the same thing? Oh, the humanity. I've used a disaster for purposes of light entertainment. Tray on head, out, tray, on head, out, on the head, out, tray, on head. Oh dear, I've blinded myself. No, hang on, I know what it is. I've left my car darks on. You see, my car is fitted with darks instead of lights. Neighbours are always complaining that I park outside my house with the darks left on. It plunges the whole street into blackness. I'll just switch my car darks off. That's better. Where were we?
When you park your car on the pavement, it can be a nuisance and a danger to pedestrians.
Thanks for the tip. This public information film inspired a whole new sport for those of us who hate humanity. Simply park your car close to a wall outside your house and enjoy hours of hilarious entertainment. I'm sorry, he may be blind, but he is overacting. I need a fact. But even that innocent delight was stamped on by the killjoys at the COI, fancy claiming that smoking was dangerous.
Smoking kills. Don't do it.
Of course, smoking is a very slow way of killing yourself, so if you didn't have 25 years to spare, you simply moved somewhere quiet, like, say, Oh dear.
Wenn man wie ich die 30 erreicht hat und schon einige Falten die Stirn haben, sich auf dieser zu zeigen, so reibe man sich früh morgens nicht zu spät Morpheus Arme aus den Augen. Nein, man hänge die dumpfe Stube an den Nagel, werfe sich den Hut um die Schulter und eile hinaus an die frische Luft, um sie zu schnappen. Ja, und deswegen braucht man nicht immer gleich ins Ausland zu reisen. Nein, zum Beispiel nach Italien, wie in das Land der Pomeronen und Zitranzen, was? Ach, Rom ist auch nicht an einem Tag von der Wölfin gesäugt worden. Oder nach Griechenland etwa, wo die kleinen Kinder Alpha Alpha sagen, wenn sie AA meinen. Nee. Ach.
People who know about guns know about safety too. At a shooting club, they will learn how to handle a gun safely and how to improve their shooting skills. So if you're thinking of giving a teenager a weapon, get this leaflet from your local police station and find out how to enjoy guns safely. Gun sense, is good sense.
That's right, Gun Sense is good sense. Now on tour throughout Northern Ireland at all good hospital theatres. Lyrics by I.R.A. Gershwin. But I digress. Silly hobby, I know, but I like to digress. I've done it for years. I simply to expedite a weak pun. But I digress. One branch of the COI, the Colonial Film Unit, didn't concern itself with any of the horrors that terrified Britons, like, say, buses.
London, the largest city in the world, has a splendid road service of passenger buses for the millions of people needing quick and comfortable transport from place to place. There is a regular service to or from the town. Here, in the near countryside, 2 African students studying in London have been enjoying a walk in the fields. They know that buses run to carefully prepared timetables and are always punctual. People never have long to wait.
Never have long to wait? You've guessed it, this is a secret recruitment film from the mother country for the colonial fuzzy wuzzies, who watched it, came to Britain, and now have to endure this.
At regular stopping places along the roads, people wait quietly in line. The people enter the bus in an orderly manner.
What? Just stand back and let us all get on. Wait your turn, mate.
No crowding or pushing out of turn. No rushing to get in first.
Calm down. Push, all right? Calm down.
Keep your fucking bus.
Meanwhile, back in the 1950s...
There are times when friendly cooperation is specially necessary. A cripple needs much kindness in his affliction.
I see, so the politically correct phrase we use is cripple. Talking of which... Excuse me, can I get off here? I wish to see the campaign they wish they'd never done of the week.
Here's a road sign that not everybody knows about. When you see it, someone who cannot help himself needs help. Your help. No, it doesn't mean you have to repair the car, just to pass on a message to someone who can. It can make all the difference to someone who otherwise could be stranded for hours.
Morning, saw the sign. How can I help?
It'll only take a few minutes of your time to find out what the trouble is, and then pass the message on to the breakdown services. So if you see a sign like this, help. Pass the message on. It won't take long, but it could save a disabled person from a long and uncomfortable wait. Help. Pass the message on.
You may never have seen a help flag hoisted aloft a cripple's car, as the men of the COI used to call them. This is because the scheme was decommissioned very shortly after it was commissioned. Why? Because to unscrupulous piratical gentlemen who would cruise along the motorway in search of plunder, the sign might well have read, "I'm a helpless cripple, please rob me." This was the reality.
Morning, saw the sign. Anything worth nicking? Just me bank cards. Good, right, give us your PIN number or I'll cut your arm off. He can't run away. What, he's a crip, is he? Yeah, he should get down here and nick his wheels. Right, all nicked. Your mate's got me wheelchair!
And for those people who followed the COI's advice to the letter and made their houses and their cars completely safe, there was still one final danger that could keep them awake at nights. The big one. Still, no reason to worry about a few hundred nuclear weapons if you do what the government tells you.
Now, this is what you should do if you are out of doors.
As it happens, I'm fresh out of doors, yeah.
Seek the nearest and best cover as quickly as you can. Brush or shake off any fallout dust you may have picked up and get rid of it.
That's right, just shake off all that pesky radioactivity. It's easy, go on, it won't hurt you.
Listen to your radio.
Radio Holocaust. Radio Holocaust, here is the post-nuclear attack news. As of 6 minutes ago, Harlow Newtown has been called Harlow No Town.
Casual ties? Surely this is no time for etiquette. Oh, well, I suppose even in a nuclear holocaust, a man should be properly dressed.
If anyone dies, move the body to another room in the house. Label the body and cover it as tightly as possible in polythene.
Some people will pay a lot of money for that sort of thing in Soho.
And keep listening to your radio.
Radio Holocaust. Yes, indeed. And we have a dedication here from nobody to nobody. You know, it's a funny thing. They tell you when you become a DJ that you should imagine you're talking to just one person. I suppose this is what they meant, really. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
Brand new comedy coming up on BBC Two. The sketches come thick and fast on the big train next.
Another swell TV show from Associated Rediffusion.